Welcome to my channel, everyone. Today we're going to be doing this look right here. No, not my face, the one expression. This look. We're going to be doing this look right here. Fabulous. Calling summer in. Well, it's more like a spring or summer. I'm not really sure. Hit that button before we get started. And let's go. We're going to be using a pastel orange and a pastel pink. A fluffy brush so you can blend it out. A blending brush. You just need one brush. And if you have anything to clean it off, then to clean off your brush. If you don't have anything to clean off your brushes, then do make sure to have another brush in hand. So Hank & Henry eyeliner. You can use any. You're also going to need mascara and some lashes to do this look right here. A tape or maybe a makeup guard or something. This is actually just tape from the dollar store, but I use it to create lines, and I just like cut a piece and just line it up to where I want my eyeshadow to be, or my liner to be like extra sharp and crisp. So that's what you're gonna need to do your eyeshadow look. You just need 2 eyeshadow pigments and your liner, your mascara, and your lashes. So to do our face part of the portion, we are going to need a primer. To make sure to have a face primer, I use Smashbox primer. You can use any face primer, and you're going to need that to make your skin look a lot more flawless and have the makeup adhere more. I'm going to use the Bye Bye foundation by IT Cosmetics. I like this foundation because it has a lot of good coverage. Small concealer by Yensa. Any blush. This is by Tarte. And we're also going to use a highlighter, any of your choice. So these are the items we're going to be using before we get started. And I already prepped my eye with some primer. Always make sure to wear primer. This is a beginner friendly. And the reason I say beginner friendly, because it's super easy. You need 2 colors and just liner, just smack it on, and bam, you're done. That's all you need. So I'm using this where I put the brush cleaning thing that I got from the Dollar Tree. We're gonna put the pigment on this. You guys are wondering what this is from. This is Makeup Murder. I do like their products. Their products are super fluffy and super light. I really do like other makeup pigments. Fluffy, very high quality. So I'm gonna tap the orange one now. I'm just putting them on here really quick. So I put the pink one down and the pastel orange. They don't really have a number. It just says pastel. So don't eat it. Don't try to sniff it up there either. Right now we're going to start off with the pink. And we are going to start applying it to the front of our eyes right here. We're going to do all this pink right here. And then all the back here we're going to do orange. And the reason this tape is here is so it can stop the eyeshadow from falling and give us a crisp, clean line. Find the angle of where you want your crisp, line to be in your liner. I put mine right here, right underneath, like right next, kind of going upwards, but a little bit flat. I'm gonna grab this color right here, apply it right to the front of our eyes. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's gonna make a huge mess. You're gonna have to use a makeup remover wipe or something to clean, because you don't need a lot, but you want to like get it clean. So I'm gonna apply a little bit more. It's really highly pigmented, as you can see that. And there's like a lot of fallout on my face, but we're going to clean that up. And I'm going to stop it right here. Next, we're going to grab other color, which was this orange color right here. This orange pastel. And right where you ended it, like a little bit past the halfway mark. I ended mine right kind of close to the middle, but a little bit more towards the edge. We're just going to apply that right to the edges, just like so. Apply the middle right here, or the halfway, wherever you marked it at. And we're going to start blending that just a bit. I'm going to have to grab my mirror here because I can't see. I'm pulling that all the way towards the edge and just swooping it up, connecting this one to this one. So it's okay if you go above your crease. Especially for hooded eyes, you want to go above your crease, because if you don't, your hoods will eat up the whole lot. So pull it above your crease if you have hooded eyes. If you don't, you can also do it too. You don't want to be more dramatic and higher. It's okay too. And for the edge right here, I'm just going to make it more like a hill or something. So I'm just going to grab it like this and just slide it kind of upwards at the edge. And this little piece of tape or whatever you're using, make sure it's nice and stuck, because that's going to serve as making the line straight. But I'm just pulling it kind of up here to make it kind of like more curvy. I want to get it curvy. What you want to do now is grab your liner. We're going to go over this line right here. Just apply your liner, and then we're going to pull that in right about here. And just pull that in just like so. We're going to fill that in. And we're going to adjust it accordingly to our eyes. I'm going to remove this tape now. And we're going to go from front to back. I'm going to pull my eye a little bit only because it's hooded. So once we have everything lined up, you got your liner right. In order to get that front thicker like I did here, you're going to have to grab the liner and pull it forward until you make it more catty. That is how you get that cat-like effect. You pull up and then pull downwards and then keep pulling towards the front to create it more like a rainbow. I don't know, more like an arch, straight catty, and then pull from the front to the back to create the front line. So now I'm going to grab some mascara. I'm going to grab a little bit of mascara here. I should have cleaned my face off. And then we're just going to apply some to our lashes. They don't have to be perfect. We're going to apply a lash over it anyways. My mirror broke. I'm going to grab your lash. I'm going to use this one. I believe this was a Zola lash or something. I think it was by Zola. I do like their lashes. I'm going to pull off the old glue. We're going to grab our glue. Just a little bit on the strip. I got makeup all over me. Let that dry out for a bit. So we're going to let this dry for like a minute or two. And then we're going to apply it right over. Start off from the edge towards the front. I'm going to let it dry. Connect to the edge right there. And then slowly push it all the way to your inner corners. I wish I had my light, but it's not on. This eye I do pull down, like I said, only because I have hooded eyes. And sometimes working with hooded eyes can be a little bit tricky. I'm just going to do a quick foundation. I already primed my face. I used a little sample size primer. And this is Photo Finish Primer by Smashbox, which is costly. I'm going to grab a little bit of foundation, which I squeeze into my hand. You don't need a lot. This is a Bye Bye foundation by It Cosmetics, and it's completely worth the price. I think it's worth it. It really does have full coverage. So we're going to just tap this all over my face, just like so. And I'm going to spread it on my finger. The reason I'm spreading on my finger because I want it to sit on my skin for a bit so it can kind of sink in and give it more of a baked, more of a like a more set and more full coverage. If you just go over it quickly right after you apply it, it's going to set in. I'm going to use a blending, what do you call this? I'm going to use a blending little sponge. I can't think of the name right now. So we're just applying this to my face, little dots. And then just rub it all over with your hand. I know what it looks like. I know the color might be a little bit off. I kind of messed up when I bought this foundation, but I'm going to use it anyways because I might as well. So the color's a little bit off compared to my normal one. I didn't realize how, orangey the color was compared to me. But it's going to look good anyways. We're still going to work with it. Alright. So we're going to let this sit here for a bit. And after it sits here for like a minute, then I'm going to start blending it in. Make sure your beauty blender is wet. We're going to start pushing that in and blending it out. So I'm going to be back in like a minute. Okay, so we've been waiting for like a bit now. Now we're just going to grab this beauty blender and we're going to start tapping it in. I got to be careful when I get to the edge right here. Tapping it all over. We're going to do the same thing over here. I just want to be very careful to stay underneath that kind of like eyeshadow wing that we did. I'm going to push a little bit in here, going this way. Right after you kind of blend this out a bit, rub it around, and then tap it in. And then tap it in, and tap. So right after you kind of tap this all out, tap it out, get it? Horrible joke. So right after you tap this all out, you can either go back with a little bit more of your foundation, which I'm about to do because I want a little bit more of a heavier macaron. I'm just going to do a tiny pump and we're just going to apply that right over. I want it to be under my eyes to, look a little bit more brighter, a little bit more alive and not so dead. It's kind of like a concealer. So kind of like concealer. I'm just applying it right underneath my eye and right towards my cheek area. And I'm rubbing it out my finger to try to get underneath the The sponge could not. And I'm just going to tap that. And this time we're not going to wait. We're just going to tap that right in. Blend out a little bit. And then just tap that in. Blend out a bit and then just tap that in. As you can see, I'm getting more of a flawless effect right now. My skin looks a lot smoother, a lot better, and it looks more lively. A little bit of concealer. This is by Yensa. Don't know if you guys can see that. I'm just going to grab a little bit on my finger and then I'm going to apply it right underneath. Especially when you start getting older, we start getting these little fine lines. So I'm just going to apply it right underneath just like so. I'm going to do the same one over here. I'm just using my finger, you know, because I don't want to like waste a lot of product. So I'm just going to push it all the way up here. All the way towards the edge. But honestly, I'm not going any lower than that because that's going to make my face look dragged down and I don't want that. So I'm going to grab a little bit of that and pull it right here as well. Right there, I'm going to grab a little bit just to accentuate my chin here. I want it to look a little bit better. I'm going to grab the same beauty blender. And I'm going to tap that in. Tap, tap, tap. Just, you know, rub that out right here. Lightly tap. Rub it out. You can use your finger as well. You just grab that and tap it in. And we're going to tap this concealer right in. So tap, tap, tap. Pulling towards outwards just like so. What does this do? When you apply the concealer up here, it's going to make your face look a little bit more high, your cheekbones more accentuated. But if you put it more down, it's going to make your face look dragged down. But it all depends on your face as well. So when you're doing your concealer, you want to go for a light shader. Well, light shader, a shade lighter than your face. Sure, everything's tap, tap, tap. Just beat your face. Okay, don't beat your face. Grab a little bit of this blush here. So it's just a very simple, easy look. We're not contour. I'm going to grab this type of brush. Get that right into the blush. Rub it around. Over here, right here, as you see, you would put your contour. I'm trying to accentuate my cheeks and make it look more rosy. But, like I said, you don't have to do this step. It's kind of like contour, but without contouring because you're not really using the contour dark hits. You're just using a simple blush. Repeat to the same to the next side, right there in your cheekbone, little apple, and then kind of spread it up. Don't make it look like someone smacked you though. Now that we got that on both cheeks, I am now going to blend that out. So we're going to grab this brush right here and just move like in big circles. The same over here. I'm going to pull a little bit of right here just to give myself some color. This is only for coloration. You don't have to do this. I know it's kind of like the contouring but without all the colors. Just a little bit of coloration, very softly. Do not get any more product. Use the same product on your brush. A little bit of your favorite highlighter is how you're going to do. Put the gaming chair. I'm going to grab a highlighter. I think I'm going to grab one by Makeup Revolution. This is Strobe Light. And the top did break off. Just grab any highlighters. This is by Makeup Revolution. They said very inexpensive. And you're just going to tap that on to the edge a little bit above your apple. Just like so. And just rub it out just a bit. Why am I using my finger? Because your fingers pick up a lot of product. So we're just applying that with our finger. It's a lot quicker than grabbing a brush too. We're going to have to blend it out anyways. And then we're going to grab a little bit and apply to the middle of our nose. And then to the tip. Pull down. I'm going to apply some right here. Just to give myself that extra highlight. Slightly blend it out with your brush. Lightly blend. Just enough to buff that out so it don't look as harsh. And if you didn't add your mascara to your lower lash line right now would be the perfect time to do it. After we're done with that, you just grab your setting spray. Oh my god, I'm eating it. Grab your setting spray, don't eat it. Let it dry out a bit. And this is what it looks like. So this is what my face looks like full done. Oh, bam, who is that? That is me. So look, it's super easy and super simple. You're going to be the talk of everybody. Not the bad talk, the good talk. You're going to be like, damn, who is that? I know, right? I know, huh? Please make sure to like and subscribe so I can make more videos. You know, every time someone subscribes or likes my stuff, I feel more encouraged to do more. I want to do better content for you guys and way more looks, tutorials, and other things. Once again, everyone, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.